All right, we are back. Please introduce us. Nick, you are
Yeah,
Nick.
yeah. There's all this logic around. I'm Nick. This is Fowles from Two Guys of Spare Time, and we're using our spare time to talk about some headlines that we would like to see in the 2024-2025 season. Do you want to start? Do you want me to
Why
start?
don't we alternate? It feels like I'm surely we're not going to have the same
Love it.
headlines, okay? But let's
Yeah.
alternate here, okay? I'm going to start with a nice, obvious one. Headlines. Bronny makes history, goes to the G League. Yeah,
First
surely,
guaranteed player to go
surely,
to the G League.
surely we would like to see them make history. Yeah, I'm not gonna be a hater in that sense. Okay, sure, we can debate whether he has any merit to actually be in the NBA or whether he deserves this or not. JJ Redick will spin it that he's earned every single opportunity that's come his way. I think there's a million guys out there that are gonna tell you otherwise, and maybe he's there for a different reason, right? But look, let's say he gets his history. His dad feels really happy too because he's been here in the league forever, and the NBA gets a feel-good moment there. And then it's time for a reality. He goes to the G League. Yeah, I think I'd like to just see that reality check. What do you think, man?
Yeah, I think you're going to very quickly. Can we just talk about Bronny for a tiny bit? This is the moment where I say clip this because I'm about to go on a tear. Did you see over the last 2 days that LeBron James tweeted directly to Call of Duty saying, "Hey, my son wants a skin in the game. Make it happen."
Yep.
Did you see that at all?
No, but and then what? Is it there
Okay.
now?
And then, no, it's not there immediately, but they instantly said, they replied to the tweet and then they're like, let's get something cooking. So they'll get LeBron and Bronny in there and they'll make money off it, whatever it is. But the part of me that was sitting there, I'm sitting on my couch. I feel like a relatively self made man. No disrespect to my dad. My dad's helped me out along the way. He's a good man, all that jazz. But there's a part of me, a little bit of envy kicked in because my dad can't tweet at anybody and make something happen for me. He cannot tweet like Dan Murphy's, which is our alcohol distributor, and be like, hey, give my son his own brand of beer. That's never going to happen to me. He can't tweet at Cotton On, which is a clothing brand for our international viewers, and get me like just a line of t shirts that I'm good. Give me the whole rainbow. I can't get squat off my dad tweeting anybody. In fact, when my dad tweets, it literally goes to the ether of the internet and no one sees it. Just the nepotism is crazy, and we're all just walking around like, oh no, he's earned it, he's earned it, he's earned it. It's like that needs to stop. That's the headline that I would want to see. That would surprise me immensely. Is that someone someone admits Bronny James isn't that good. Not Kwame Brown on a podcast or some other ex-player who's got a podcast. I'm talking someone from ESPN. I'm talking a coach who isn't afraid to put their name to it. A broadcast. I want someone to call out the blatant nepotism. Good for him. Great. But there is nepotism afoot, and that is a headline that would shock me to my core if I saw it.
And below is the link to donate to Nick's counseling support.
No, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I don't need a skin in any of the games that I play. I'll
But
just pay money for other people.
wait. Can I spin this another? Would you like a skin in in Call of
No,
Duty?
actually, don't get me started on the skins. I think they're such a waste.
Hey, actually, here's a fun fact. I actually just registered a new X account for those that were born in the 80s. That's Twitter. Okay, and if you'd really like, man, I'll happily give Call of Duty a shout out and see if you can get a
If you
skin.
wanna, if you wanna see if we can, maybe we'll get traction off that. But yeah, look, the nepotism headline that would really
Good.
shock
I'm
me. That would
glad
be a
you.
headline I'd
I'm
want to
glad you
see.
got
Someone
some things
admit
off
it.
your chest there. Your blood
Feel
pressure,
great.
you might have gone up a couple of thousand notches. But hey,
It's going around.
please, what is your first headline that you'd like to see this season?
That was
Oh,
that was the first headline. That was the first headline. That nepotism is real. That they admit that he's benefited from his
All right, so
dad.
it's up to
Just
me, man.
someone
Okay,
saying
you're
it.
back to me, is it? Back to me. All right,
Yeah,
cool, cool.
you're welcome. You
Fine,
you
fine.
good.
Let me take a moment here to compose myself. I feel my heart is racing too, and the adrenaline is flowing
It's
through my
frustrating,
veins
isn't it? It's just
because
ridiculous.
I just remembered, I have X now, and I can use it to make the world a better place because your dad plays and even on X. I'm gonna take a stab.
No, I don't think he is. He's an Instagram man, I think.
Yeah. So, all right. Second headline. I'd love to see. I'd love to see this headline. I'd love to see this headline say 5 times this year. It's Dame time. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's
Yeah, yeah.
Dame time. Yeah, I would love to see that, man. I touched upon this last season. I think we saw it once, man. I'd like to see it 5 times, yeah. And hey, look, Dame, man, I've loved the guy, for many years from afar. I've never been a Blazers fan, obviously. Let's be say it clear, but the highlights he's had throughout his career and those clutch baskets that he makes, oh man, I think everyone, that like loves NBA, loves that sort of stuff, man. And I know it's a tail end of his career right now. His first, gets to get a full preseason in with the Bucks and so on and so forth. I'd like to see a few more of those before I see Dame gets retired. Yeah, so it's Dame time. What do you reckon?
I like it. I like it. I think there's a handful of players that you could really pick and you could really build a little bit of a case around them. There's obviously your players who have yet to win a ring. Getting a ring, that's an obvious one. You think Westbrook, maybe even Paul George if you like
But
him enough.
yeah, AG really wants
Um,
to get a ring for Westbrook.
AG, oh man, and he was singing
I
on
really, really want to
he was
get one
singing
for
as well.
Westbrook.
But look, I'm gonna swing for the fences here because this is headlines that I want to see. This isn't headlines that I want the general public to see. This is headlines I want to see. And the headline reads your 2024-25 NBA champions, Phoenix Suns. That's the headline that I want to read. Uh,
Oh man, who's that being real self-centered few minutes right
I,
now?
you should wait till the third one. If I use that up number two, wait till the third. Look, I think, look, we have to hope. We have to hope as a Phoenix franchise that another year together with the big three, Beal being healthy in a new coaching situation is enough, right? And the reason why I say is enough is because the West is an interesting conference where it is open and it's not just dominated by one team like it is in the East. And it takes 16 games to win a championship if you're in the playoffs. And crazier things have happened. We have seen recently that it's actually easier to get to the NBA Finals now, not as the number 1 and 2 seed. And that is the hope that I'm going off. And this is my segment, and I'm going to do what I want with it. So
Look, good luck to you. I haven't been so self-centered with my headlines, but that's okay. It's fine. Next you gotta say KD for MVP. We've picked that already, but but hey, my third headline, man, is I had to go Google this word, yeah, just to be sure. I don't want to go online and flub this sort of situation. Okay, this headline, right? The headline goes like this: Wemby gets a quintuple double. Yeah,
yeah,
a
yeah.
quintuple double, man, and then you'd go, oh my god, what an alien! And that's this where anyone out there that hasn't Googled quintuple is 10 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 10 blocks, and probably 10 steals, or maybe 10 turnovers. Why not? You can go either way. but but you know what? He's probably the first time since I've been alive where you see a player that has the potential to pull
Mm.
off something so crazy because he's like seven, whatever he is, 7'4" and growing, and he's like all over the place, and he does everything, and the Spurs want him to do everything, and man, maybe it's not as crazy as it sounds. That's probably less crazy than the Phoenix Suns winning the ring.
That's unnecessary. Um, Look, I would say your quadruple double is borderline like on the horizon. There's no way he gets through his career and doesn't have a quadruple double. Quintuple double is where it becomes a little bit more challenging. But there were games last season. I can tell you individually, I think 9 is already his career high in blocks. I think 7 or 8 is his career high in steals. So it's not unfathomable for him to have a breakout game. And it depends on things going right. I think also people really do forget. I believe he's only like 20 years old, so there's so much time for his career to happen. So I like it. I like your list. Your list is really sensible.
Cool.
None of it is going to trend, but that's okay. That's why I'm here. My
Cool.
third headline that I would like to see for the NBA season, right, is have you been listening to this new sleeper podcast, Two Guys with Spare Time? That's the headline that I would like to see. I would like to
I,
see us gain traction. I would like to see us reference somewhere for something that we say. I would like us to be like, these two guys made a really poignant point. They said something of true fascination that no one else has ever said. And I'm glad that I stumbled across it. And you should check them out. And that's the plug that we need. And it could all happen if you start tweeting on X. I think that's the key here.
Man, that's real, true LeVar Ball approach here. Just speak it into
Yeah.
existence, please.
Speak it into
Okay,
existence.
speak it
I could
into
beat
existence.
any other podcast one on one
I feel that same
with my
guy
headset.
that's gonna actually go out there, who's got a sort of a reputation and accomplishments to his name that goes, Bronny James, you're trash. At the same time goes, hey, you guys should listen to this 2GST podcast.
It could be one day where someone from Phoenix, the Phoenix Suns, is like, we won the NBA championship, but it really was due to this one person on this very niche podcast being a true believer, and you should check them out. And they tell us to check out this episode. It's now become very self-reflective meta, where I'm talking about an event 7 to 8 months in the future, but it's going to be referential back here. That's my top 3 headlines